Two little goldfish to put in the tank to keep it a little bit clean for the algae and all that kind of stuff from growing in there. So I'm just going to drop the bag. Look, aren't they cuties? Two little goldfish. So I'm just going to drop the bag in there so they can acclimate to the temperature in the tank. It's a little nippy. Oh, and look at the girls. They see me. They're coming. Hi, girls. Hey, girls. I put two fishies in your water tank. Don't try to eat the bag. What are you girls up to today? What are you girls up to today? I'll come by and feed you some goodies later on. Okay? Hey, is that grass good? Let's see. What do you think about that? Don't eat the bag. Don't eat the bag.
Well, it's about time to release the beast.
Cold.
Yeah.
Poor thingies. All right.
Here we are. Our tank cleaner out of them.
Let's see if we find them floating tomorrow. Go on, little fishies. Go on, little fishies. It's cold out here. There's one. Oh, get up. Get up.
He's gonna swim upstream. There they go.
He's not happy.
he found a shelf to sit on.
He's sitting on a little ledge.
Yeah.
Where'd the other one go?
He went down.
Where is he?
They're just so small.
And these are the bigger ones. Oh, I see him. He's right there. He's swimming around the bottom.
Yeah, he's on the bottom. And the other one's still sitting on there. And he's got to take it all in. All right.
We'll be back, girls.
Don't drink the fish. There's a white dog. We're all agreeing it's time to feed the calves. Now that, whoop, you okay? Heard that thing go. Uh-oh, watch out. We're gonna see action. They know what time it is. Oh, they're running. Look at that.
Whoa, that is.
Look at this, scene right out. Right out of the movie Stampede. All right. That looks pretty good, don't it, girls? That looks real good. Here's the rest of it. Old Lily Beth knows what time of day it is, don't you, Lily Beth?
That little goldfish alone?
Yeah. Did you eat our goldfish? Did you eat your goldfish? Let's go find out. Let's go find out.
There's the one. It's not belly up, so that's good. And the other one's down there.
Are they swimming?
They're not swimming, but they're not belly up.
Oh, he's up there. He's up there near the top, ain't he? Yeah.
The gold one is all in the bottom.
Yeah, he's on the bottom.
They're not belly up, so that's good.
Yep, they had done it. Well, there's a lot of food that comes off of these trees out of their mouths. These are, hopefully they will keep the stock tank a little cleaner.
He's moving.
And when we're done for the year, they get to go into the farm pond. Yesterday, the high didn't get any higher than 50 degrees. By the way, I want to say I hope that those of you in Illinois, Indiana, Arkansas made it through the Easter storms. Okay, certainly my parents or my mom and family are in Illinois, and I saw a bunch of tornado warnings around Clayton and around Quincy and Schuyler County and all that, hoping everybody's okay. So let's open up these high tunnels. I guarantee it's gonna be cooking in there today. Here's a real quick update. Here is where Delia left off at, the spinach. But you can see how everything is growing. There's the beets coming on. And the onions there at the very end. And I tell you what, it's pretty squishy underneath of the row cover. Everything is tilled underneath of the row cover. I did till it. But yeah, you can finally start to see the different plants rising above the black woven fabric. So, and the lettuce is looking a lot better, and everything's going to start growing so much more stronger now. Now, something that we didn't talk about in the last video because the video cut off was there's our cherry tomatoes. Let's go inside. Let's take a look. I finished opening up the high tunnels in here, and look at this, folks. we got ourselves a tomato. BHN 589. And I think you all can agree that these guys are growing very, very nice right now. Very nice. Yeah, very, very nice. Look at all that nice new growth there. Wonderful. So happy at how well these guys are taking off. Delia's going to be very well pleased by it. Another red deuce tomato. Another red deuce tomato. They are putting on tomatoes already. Delia, you've done such a good job. Absolutely fabulous. Look at how nice and dark everything is. Everybody's growing. Definitely it's nice to open up the front of the high tunnel. If it gets real hot, I can open up the back of the high tunnel as well. I think for today, I think we'll be okay. But yeah, we're going to have to get out. I'm going to get out here with my saw and get my tomato stakes kind of cut down. And thanks to Mark Yingling, cutting these 2-inch by 2-inch, real 2-inch by 2-inch ash. And we'll put them in. Now let's go on into the other height. Look at the standing water right out here. Yeah, that was the reason why I kind of created that little ditch to kind of get water moving on going both ways to keep it going from in the house. But we'll go in here. You know, I used to be a person who wanted more control of my lawn. Didn't want to have the dandelions and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden I started owning bees and things like that, and now I want them to thrive. I want these dandelions. I want them here because it's one of the first flowers of the year. I do want that. Now this area, the reason there's so many is we actually tilled this ground up. We had it in tomatoes our first year. But and for whatever reason, dandelions took over. But no, dandelions have been, it's one of the first foods that our bees can eat in the spring. So now, why fight it? I'm gonna let it thrive. If the dandelions want to come up, it's my own pollinator garden right here without having to do a thing. Let the dandelions go. And that way the bees have something to eat. I know it's maybe not as attractive to others, but let's go in here. And finally, let's take a look at Delia's wonderful. We got the cherry tomatoes planted. We got the bell peppers planted. It's nice and toasty. Delia's on her way. She's going to plant a lot more out here. Look at... What am I doing in your house? Hey, I want to show you something over here. Come here. I got a bigger surprise for you. In our house. I'll say our house, because then if I say it's my house, then I have to do all this work. So it's our house, right, Delia?
Is it that warm? You got everything open?
Yeah, it was in there. Yep. The sun came out. I want you to see what's different in here, Delia. What do you see?
Lots of flowers.
Keep good looking. Keep.
Ooh, tomato.
Look to your rights too. Yeah. Look right here.
Yep, there's another one.
Look over there, and over there, and over there.
And you can see how much more they've grown in the, what, a week and a half at most?
At the most. Delia, you nailed it this year. It's time to, and now that our forecast is no longer calling for freezing, it's time for me to put these guys need support.
Yeah.
Now. They need support now.
Clean that off and get the next batch.
Yeah, Delia, that, and we can go ahead and plant 3 of those rows. One of the reasons we hold up, folks, is we get this portion over here.
How much rain did we get?
Only like 6/10.
And we got a lot of seepage in.
So, well, it ain't too bad.
Not compared to 2 years ago when it was.
Yeah, it's not too. Yes, it was. Yes. Well, I put in 6 loads of topsoil in here and done this. So this needs to be done. But look at all that.
Yeah, lots of little baby tomatoes.
We're farther along than we were. We never had a baby tomato last year. We were still trying to keep them alive.
Yeah.
So this is and look how green everybody is. Yeah. There's more tomatoes. Yeah.
I got your phone again. I'm like, why is this not opening up?
Oh, here. We do this. We're old geriatrics now. Yeah. Look at that.
Yeah, that's better. Those are the cucumbers that go in here. And I think I'm doing, and these are the pickled ones. I think I gotta do another tray of cucumbers. Because I got 2 rows here, and that's only 72. And each row is a double row. Stop eating my radishes. You're like a bad bunny. You're a bad bunny. Stop eating. And there's a kohlrabi. It's coming up.
Hi, your eggplant looks good.
The eggplant.
Right there?
Yep, eggplant.
And
Looks, I gotta repot these because some of them are getting way too big for those little ones.
oh, we can get them out.
The zucchini?
Yeah.
Okay.
We ain't got any freezing temperatures now.
Okay.
Let's save it.
Squash. See, I got more basil over here.
Kohlrabi can go out.
Kohlrabi can go out?
But when you're ready to.
Yeah, they're still a little too little.
They're a little bit.
Those are my eggplant. Those are my okra, and I did reseed in the wells that didn't come up.
Yep.
But I guess the ones that are already up can go out.
Yep.
This is
So folks, our forecast is calling for lows of 50 degrees now into May. And
the night for the evening.
For the evening. Yes, that's our lows. I thought I did anyway.
Oh,
Time will tell. But anyway, our lows are going to be low. So that being said, that are going to be high. So we can go ahead and take our chances now. Now, yeah, it's time for the celery to go out. Big time.
Yes, it definitely needs to go out.
Wonderful. Isn't this our dream?
It's
actually working.
This is the Athena and what's the other one? Aphrodite. So they're coming up. These are just starting. These are the one.
Butternut squash is coming. And spaghetti squash is there.
Butternut, acorn, and spaghetti.
Yeah. Acorn's a little slower, but it's coming.
Sangria, crimson sweet, and crimson sweet.
Okay. They're coming.
All right. So.
Yeah, and then you're by now. We just planted these. What day, Delia? Was it 4 days ago?
Yeah, something like that.
So by now you would know whether or not these guys are going to
didn't
make it or not. They'd be dying here pretty quick. So, Maddie, I love you, but you're not very careful when you walk. You're not cat-like, as they say. Although a cat I'm seeing is actually knocking stuff over. So why don't me and you go on outside and get on with our stuff? So you got a lot of cherry crush right here, and then you have cherry bomb, and then you kind of really made a big mistake.
No, I just.
What's the name of this crazy one?
I think those are yellows.
Yellow. Those are yellow ones.
And then we
got the white ones.
And then we got a couple of white ones.
So.
Only four
Big
whites.
mistake.
And 5 yellows. And the rest reds.
We're gonna have white and yellow
grapes because they were out of stock.
They were out of stock out of them. Yep. So, but look at all the blooms already on these. Delia, you nailed it. You nailed it this year.
And I got to put my 2 little yellow peppers in there.
Yep. Yeah, got to get 2 yellows in there.
And then 4 jalapenos and the rest.
Yeah, that's something that we're doing different, isn't it?
Turnpikes. Yeah, the jalapenos do okay out in the field. They don't grow as big as they say they should, and they're very, very hot.
They're very hot.
So I want to try them in here to see if they mellow out a little bit and grow bigger.
So the idea is you're going to water them a little bit stronger than what the field. Actually, the problem is it gets so hot and so dry here that even when you water and water and water and water, they turn right around, and you can't do enough with drip irrigation. You keep them alive, you do help your stock, but it ain't the same as rain. And as it gets drier and drier and drier, well, it's less. Even though we're drip irrigation, it's still not enough to keep the jalapenos from adding extra heat. So Delia's got her game plan.
It adds extra heat.
No, it adds. It doesn't prevent it. Yes. Yeah. So you're going to try them in here.
Right.
See, the bell peppers do great in here. So we're going to see if the jalapenos do great in here. So you're trying 4 plants. And then you got them two godly yellows that never sell. They just sit in the box.
They do so. And the rest is, this is a new variety, Turnpike.
Turnpike, yep. And then the other side.
There we're going to do our regular ones, which are the Revolution and the Gordos. Those are going on that side.
They're going on that side, yep. And the few red knights that come
yes, and the red knights, correct.
Yeah.
And the red
and
knights,
the red
which
knights.
we've done previously too.
Yeah. All right, well, we got a lot to do here, so let's go ahead and get her done. Well, here's the 4 rows of green beans. And of course, I don't see no beans up yet. I tell you, it was just it's so cool right now. That's adding some time in the soil, but we got a real good surprise. Is look at the quality of growth that our onions are doing. Look at that. Look at how well all of the onions are doing. Yeah. And even better, folks, I'm going to show you something. This here's the big secret here. Yeah, big onions become big onions. Not no real success story there to me. Where the real success is look at how the young, small,
obviously
tiny onions. Yep, there's a couple of them didn't make it.
And did they die or did they get blown out?
Yeah, I don't know. Yep. But look at the small onions. That's the big trick. How do you need about 13 leaves to have that's what an onion is many layers of an onion. And well, the way they get their layers is they have more leaves. Well, that's what you got to do. Right now, we're starting to see a 3rd leaf, 4th leaf on many of these onions over here. Same scenario. Yep. And, there's some gaps. There's some holes in there, but they're small onions. But, I mean, they're just doing wonderful right now. Yeah. I mean, these guys are all taking off. Look at these.
What are we going to put at the end of this row?
Yeah, I don't know now. We've got the celery gone. This was the original celery row, but look at that. Yeah. This one here has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 leaves on it. Look at that. They're growing so fast, they're even pushing another young leaf out of the way. And these are Walla Wallas. Yeah. Very nice. Let's keep on going here. So we're leaving off here at the onions and moving over here. This is cauliflower. We removed the covers. The last 2 rows just got planted, but I've been a little slow on getting some fertilizer in them. Well, we got fertilizer in them now, but the cauliflower is looking really nice. There's broccoli right next to it. It's really doing very, very well. Looking there at the cauliflower, they're still small enough we can still cover them. All the plants are small enough we can still cover them. Now, if you remember, you probably wonder, why are you covering your cabbage and your cauliflower, broccoli, and it's warm enough for you to plant beans and corn? If you guys have been following us, you'll remember how the 30 to 40 mile an hour winds were snapping off our broccoli, our cauliflower. It was twisting them off. Real problem. Then we had deer come in here and ate an entire row of young greens for our summertime, our fall cabbage, our fall broccoli. So after they ate all of that, we said no more. And because of the wind, we said no more. We're not going to fight this the way we've been fighting it. We have to do something different on our place. Not to mention the fact of the weeds. That's been an issue here. So bottom line is that this is our broccoli. We will end up having to stop putting the cover on. Obviously, they're getting pretty big now. But I think as long as we can hold off for a little while, doing that will be, I think we're better off to continue, because we still got a lot of winds and that type of a thing. If we can prevent, believe me, those high winds will snap our produce. It will just flat out snap them. Believe me, the deer will come down in here and eat these things. So all this is just simply preventative right now. Here's all our wonderful garlic. And look how nice the garlic's looking here April 29th. Isn't that something? Really doing very well. We'll step over here. Let's look at our, what's that, Delia? April 25th. Oh, it's April 25th. We step over here and we take a look here at our red cabbage, and look how nice that is. Now, red cabbage doesn't get as big, so we kind of pushed it a little bit. We're going to find out if that was a good decision or not. But with the, so we went kind of with 3 rows here in a small area. But the red cabbage looks fabulous. Wonderful. Over here is the green cabbage. And let me come on around here, the corner here. With that string and me being 63, I'm not a spry. But we'll step over here. Here is our, it looks, well, I don't know what we got there. Kind of a collective there. A little bit of little broccoli there, and then we got our green cabbage. There's the green cabbage. Look at how nice. And that is starting to want to head out. Looking very, very good. That was the biggest disappointment of all last year, was the, they were such beautiful young cabbage plants, and how the deer come down and ate every one of them. All in, I mean, it took them just seconds that night, I guess, to eat it. Come over, here's an overflow area. It's got some more cauliflower. But then we get down here, and first time we've ever done this as well. But we would never have planted our head cabbage or head lettuce out here for fear of deer and wind, but this has been a win-win. Now, this is iceberg lettuce. I like iceberg. I like iceberg very much. I think it's a beautiful head of lettuce, is what I think. But then we get down here, we're getting into our butter crunch. Yep, our butter crunch is down here on this end. Delia, I don't know what this one is, because it's definitely different.
It's got the reddish hue on it.
It's got the reddish hue. Is this a head cabbage or not?
No, it's a head cabbage. No, it's not a cabbage.
I mean, head lettuce? I don't know which one it is, because this is obviously iceberg right there. But then we got this stuff.
I did have red butter crunch. Maybe a red butter crunch seed got in there.
Maybe this is red butter crunch.
That one definitely has a lot of red to it.
So that's red butter crunch. Okay. All right. Well, we got 3 different kinds of lettuces in here, and even an iceberg snuck in right there.
There, yeah.
I can't trust her when she's by herself in there seeding, folks. They just, how does one seed of that get in a well in the middle of that? That's okay. Butter crunch is coming on, ain't they, though, Delia?
Yep.
They all are coming on. Yeah. So that's red butter crunch. Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying.
So red butter crunch. What a unique looking lettuce. I've been watching it and trying to identify it myself, and haven't been able to do so. Well, let's go on out, and we have some changes out here in this field. Let's look at what else is going on out there. Well, here's our experiment. And for the first time, show Delia what we got here.
We have some
Yukon Golds.
Right there, right there, right there.
Yeah, they're the first ones to appear.
That row is coming out too.
Yukons have always been a little slow, kind of like the Snyder gene, just a little slow. But there they are. Yukon Golds are sitting. They're going to come up. So, Delia, what is the best row we've gotten planting so far, coming up wise?
This one, which is the purple potatoes.
Purple Majesty, I think, is what that potato is.
A little yellow.
Yeah, Purple Majesty. So they're still coming up. There's one still coming. Yeah, they're still coming up. But Purple Majesty It's our first time growing this variety. We do try to listen to our customers, and we had a customer that asked us to grow purple potatoes, said, I'll buy them. And I said, okay, we're gonna, if I find them. It took me 2 years to get this seed, but no, they're coming up. What's next to them, Delia? What's right here?
One of the red ones. We have two different red
Yeah, I think it was the red Norland was the second one. We did red Pontiac over there, I think. Well, it doesn't matter. But these are the reds. From this point on, all the way to there is red potatoes. And red Norland, red Pontiac. And look at her space in here, folks.
Unfortunately, the reds were the ones that kept clogging up on me, so you might
that's all right. She has more gaps, but look at that's perfect. If you guys recall her rapid fire shooting, that's pretty impressive there. I know when I come to a stop she gets reloaded in her hands. I'll bet you where we go at the beginning of the row, I'll bet you they're stacked on top of one another, just like Tokyo high rises. I'll bet because she gets her hands loaded. Look at this. Yeah, that's still pretty good though. That's a foot. That's a foot. That's a foot. All right. You're getting away with it here, but yeah, the red potatoes. You know, a comment, and we appreciate the comment. I can't tell you how much we appreciate that. And one of our viewers, and I know you know who we're talking about, I want to say thank you. And like you said, planting with the eyes up, if you could, you said in your comment that you would have made sure that all the eyes were turned upward. And we agree with that. We liked having them always planted with the eye facing up.
That comment was that you said it was perfection. She said if you could get them to plant with the eyes up, then it would be perfect.
Okay, there you go. Well, that's okay. Well, but so anyway, this is the very first time that we ever, with the machine, there's no guarantee, right? It's however it falls. But you know what? Well done, Delia. So we're out here in the strawberries. I'm definitely seeing a change here to where we're losing blooms, aren't we, Delia?
Well, the petals are falling off.
And the petals are falling off, and they're starting to hang a little low. That means we got look at got the old frogs out here. That's how wet we are. That's all right. You guys get all the bugs you want out of here, other than the bees. Leave the bees alone. But no, we got berries coming on. Now, I've been out here spraying fungicides after the rains and all that, but much better. Much better. It's nice to see these guys getting heavy with their let me pull this weed. There we go. It's nice to see these guys getting heavy with berries. Got different growths, different sizes, all that. Isn't that exciting? Even right there.
Where's that red one you've been following?
The red one's over here. We got one, and we got a red one on this row right over here. And I believe he's right here. It has been wet. Look at this variety. I don't know the variety of this one, but it's obviously maturing much earlier. And look at the size. I mean, they all have a red hue right away. This is not that's not the red one though. But these guys are a much more mature plant. Now, if this ground could dry out for Delia and I, we'll get out here and lay this black fabric out proper. Show everybody this one. No, go ahead and show me your hand. I'm going to use it for scale. I mean, that's a nice berry, folks. I mean,
it still has to grow.
And it's still growing. Yeah. No, this is our first year growing them. Take it back. Our first year where we did better at growing them. We planted them the ones in.
From seeing that it's only on the one side, it's probably from over there. This variety.
See, okay. Well, whatever variety you think. It could be champagne. That pink champagne one.
No.
They got a little pink to them.
Well, maybe. I don't know. But they definitely came from over there.
I like the size. That's a concern. We are so wet. We've been hesitant. I mean, we're fertilizing, folks. But I'm telling you, it's kind of a tough one to have to fertilize. Oh, I thought you were going to pick one to eat.
No.
I thought she got herself a ripe one. We have another one in here somewhere. It's probably right down here, Delia. This, it's a chance. I think it could be. Yeah, because these here are the same variety as those. Oh, here it is. Show them the nice red one. Well, redder.
Yep.
But it's still. That's going to be our very first one. It's almost there. I'd say by tomorrow.
We'll eat our first strawberry.
Ed's going to eat the strawberry. No, I'm not. I'm just teasing. Got to share our first one. But no, they're coming. These are a very upright plant, aren't they? I mean, the way they're growing. So whichever, right? This is one a lot of these were transplanted here that are in a straight row from a different bed that Delia took runners off because they just didn't produce. And we're going to do the same thing. Next year, we hope to have all of our beds looking as strong as row.
And we'll probably have to thin this one out.
Yeah, we're going to have to thin this one out because it's got the opposite problem. But there's some good strawberries. There's going to be a lot of berries here. I'm not going to let Delia sleep, folks. She is going to get these quarts of strawberries for you.
I don't.
That's just the way it is.